The Marine F-35B landed on a Japanese ship for the first time, marking another step in the Marine Corps' goal to work closely with American allies. We have the utmost confidence in the Joint Strike Fighter and are eager for our Japanese allies to have the same capabilities in their hands, which ultimately contributes to our shared goal of maintaining a free and open Indo-Pacific. Major Gen. Brian W. Cavanaugh, commander of 1st Marine Aircraft Wing, said in a press release. An F-35B from Marine Fighter Attack Squadron 242, also known as VMF-8 242, from Marine Corps Air Station Iwakuni, Japan, landed on the Japanese ship Izumo. Some modifications were made to the ship that allowed the short takeoff and landing version of the F-35 to safely operate off the vessel. This trial has proved that the JS Izumo has the capability to support takeoffs and landings of STOVL aircraft at sea, which will allow us to provide an additional option for air defense in the Pacific Ocean in the near future, Japanese Rear Administration. Komuta Shikaku, commander of Escort Flotilla 1, said in the press release. The landing was done as Japan plans Field 42 F-35Bs, but the ability for Marines to operate off Allied ships provides increased flexibility and makes it harder for a potential adversary to predict where Marine squadrons will deploy from. In the spirit of growing international flexibility, the Corps currently has 10 F-35Bs with VMF-8 211 deployed on the British aircraft carrier Queen Elizabeth. Imagine a world where you're agnostic as to whether the ship you are operating from has USS or HMS on it. Colonel Simon, the US senior national representative to the UK's Carrier Strike Group, that really increases the flexibility and the potential lethality of both nations. Marine Corps F-35B pilot says Japanese carrier landing felt identical to those on US ships hovering an F-35B Lightning II over the JS Izumo in the Pacific Ocean. A Marine Corps test pilot pushed his control stick forward and lowered the stealth fighter onto the warship's deck. It's a familiar feeling for Guyet, 41, the executive officer for Marine Fighter Attack Squadron 242 at Marine Corps Air Station Iwakuni. The Phoenix native has flown all three variants of the F-35 since transitioning from FA-18 HORNETS. I did a lot of testing for the US ships, he said of the short takeoff, vertical landing. F-35B pilots typically hover 40 to 70 feet above a ship before touching down. According to Guyet, it is surprisingly easy, he said of the steps needed to execute a carrier landing in an F-35B. It's simply pushing the stick forward to go down. Sailors from the USS America amphibious assault ship were on the Izumo's deck helping guide Guyet and his wingman, Major Nicholas Dillon, as they landed and launched their fighters once each during the test. Conditions off the southeast coast of the Japan on Sunday weren't particularly challenging, Guyet said. There were no high winds or sea swells. I've worked with the America crew before in much more aggressive environments such as rough sea and at night, he said.